to Newcastle for some games. Vlogging, Newcastle vlogging. Jamie needs a piss vlogging.
Get in, boys. Get in. Look at that.
Is he making the dessert himself? Look at that, in your plums. This gives me flashbacks. I'm bored.
I saw what's that about it. Really?
I was a man. I had my thing on like a 6 month doing uni.
Too much.
Go for it. Fucking
It's wee Finley thinking it's like me.
tan it in one. We like to do it.
That's actually a regular sized John. He's just that small.
It's a slush as well.
Mine looks like somebody's shat in it.
In fairness, one of them trying to say is like, there's still a chance that you could have.
I once met a stripper called Honeybee Heaven. She also cost £6 in bag.
That's pretty cheap for a strip.
Warner's Honeybee gin mixed with Fever Tree Mediterranean. I didn't get a fever off Honeybee, but I get something off her. And some Bombay Citron Pressy gin with some Schweppes Slimline lemonade.
How much is that?
I'm not fucking finished. Lemon wheel and a thyme sprig. £4.95. Oh, you, Jamie? How rough? I'll rip the heat off it.
You're on, mate. That was 40.
Vlogging!
You know what?
Get your tits out here.
You just keep that big boy, you keep that big boy. When does the chicken man
How did your tournament in England go? Well, we toppled the Cuban regime.
Gustavo, please. Same.
So did you win your first game? No, but I gave Kim Jong-un a run for his money.
So after a couple of games of Junta, we called it a night and woke up nice and early for the second breakfast brawl. A tournament specifically designed for fat c***s like me. For your 20 quid ticket, you get 3 games and not just 1, but 2 hot meals. It's also a doubles tournament and there was a bit of forbidden love at this tournament, I will admit. I was partnered up with Hamish, who is on our rival team, the Half Inchers. You know, we had decided to look past our differences and try and forge some new bonds in the Scottish community. As this war has gone on long enough, guys, let's all live together in peace and harmony. Only joking, fuck the Half Inchers! Anyway, game 1 we were up against a couple of shaggers for an awesomely thematic battle. We were running Defenders of Helm's Deep and we were up against Assault on Helm's Deep. We were playing Assassinate and we were trying to kill his crossbow captain with Aragon. We just kind of deployed either side of this bridge and decided to just have a big rammy. I was quite scared of the troll on the right and, you know, the big f***ing bomb. In the first turn, Aragon was able to kill the 2 Uruks in front of him and move into the combat with the Urukai crossbow captain and managed to chop him to bits. You might think this was looking really good for us, however, I had other plans. So, left Aldor in the middle of these 2 boys and he's dead.
Ship pilot.
What are we playing?
Assassination!
That is ass.
Yep, that's right. In a game of Assassination, I decided in the first move to move Aldor out into the open in front of 2 crossbow shots, who was immediately shot to f***. All I had to do now was pray that Aldor was not the target, but from the look on our opponents' faces, could pretty much guarantee that he was. In one move, I'd managed to turn a victory into a very close and tense game. But that just makes it more fun, guys, doesn't it? That's what I'm telling myself, anyway. However, we did get some luck with their ballista not managing to hit our leader, and also scattering into their troll and killing it.
Right, ballista is scattered into the troll.
That's the next way, yeah?
Oh!
Defense. Oh, so 5s. Probably 5s, because... So he's going to hit
All 3 of them in Gambler.
all the people in the combat, him and Gambler. He just gets like a big fucking bolt in between his...
So the troll had whiffed every combat and then got speared in the back by a giant ballista. Fantastic. But luckily throughout the entire game, I think he rolled like a 2 high. Leggy also managed to pick off all the guys around the bomb, which was fantastic. I was able to nullify it before it went off. Thank fuck. It was an absolutely fantastic game. Lots of big fights and big moments in the middle of the board. Just an absolutely perfect game to start the tournament.
Yeah, 6 for us.
6 points.
9 for us. Despite your best efforts to fuck it up. Shit, Violet. Shit, Violet.
So who was your target?
The crossbow cap.
And Aragon was the assassin.
Yeah, I figured Aragon was the assassin.
So will you beat Azog and assassinate with hobbits?
I just punched his dog to death.
It's easy when your teammate's not trying to throw the game.
Bit of Bucky on Bucky action.
Why?
Also did the Lothal fight 6 Hobbit strategy.
Aye.
They were not sure about that.
Right, game 2 up against more shaggers. We're playing Destroy the Supplies against Vanquishers and the very aggressive hobbits that had just punched Azog's dog to death. This was a very slow game. We weren't really sure how to proceed. We both just kind of sat back and looked at each other for a while as we were just a bit scared to commit to anything. It could also have been down to us all nursing hangovers and the intense heat in the room. It was quite possibly the sweatiest I've ever been, and not in a gaming sense, in a it's hot sense. Legolas was plinking wee 2+ shots away at anything he could, but it didn't really matter as Radagast could just renew. So we focused on just killing as many of the hobbits as we could. It was kind of like a horror movie. We were picking off any of the poor wee hobbits that wandered a bit too far from the blinding lights. Eventually on the left, me and Finlay just started running at each other. However, I had more models, so I was able to send quite a few off on a wee flank round the side. The game then got quite intense as we were both really close to winning the game. As we had the banner, this meant that they had to come to us, otherwise we would just win. But I think we'd managed to pick off just enough of the hobbits that I was able to push through on the left. However, Galadriel went full Rings of Power and managed to chip her way through my entire army and capture the objective on the left. But unfortunately for Finlay, I also had a couple of guys that had gone on the long way round and managed to capture their objective on the left. This meant that we won, but it was only by the narrowest of margins. If we'd maybe played a bit slower or a bit faster, the game might have ended before either of us had a chance to capture each other's supplies. So, despite it being a horrible matchup for them, they still almost won the game.
Tense.
I might just start playing a fucking
Tense game.
Fucking
hobbits.
Sweaty as fuck, man.
I'm so sweaty. I feel the sweat between my belly, man. Whoa.
I genuinely wasn't trying to fuck you.
Where's our third objective?
Oh, sorry.
These were my objectives, right?
So what was it?
I can't wait to drive 3 hours up the road. We're all gonna die.
Still got another game. A 6-2 win.
Have a roll go.
Actually, no, that might
It looks like we'll play more Scots in the last round, so...
I mean, Jamie's a good SBG player, but
Fraser's
he does make
absolutely-
a few mistakes. Jamie, have you heard
Oh,
that?
yeah, Jamie does make mistakes.
As we finished early, it meant I got a quick look about before heading off for lunch.
Oh, I got that in film.
It's fine, we're all dwarves. They'll just bounce.
I hope you varnished them. Oh yes! Belly, brother! Yes. Belly.
What the fuck? I'm gonna blow up now.
That's quite possibly the strangest
I'm
interaction
looking
I've
forward
ever
to like stepping through here and it being nice and cool.
Lunchtime vlogging.
had. I've been getting proper domestic abuse off you all fucking too. Not even had your Stella.
I'm driving, you fucking Raj.
Aye, five and drive.
Like your drink.
How we doing then? You win?
Aye, happy where we went. 2 wins in a row. 19 now so far.
19 now.
So we might have you.
Fuck the Gunda lads. I said love the Gunda lads.
I'll sort you right out.
Hold on.
I'm gonna get a massive pie.
A massive pie as well.
Oh, you're taking your hoodie off now, you're Raj.
Oh, ruined it.
You're more.
So, anyway, on to game 3, the final round. There was a lot at stake here. If we won this game and Jamie and Fraser lost theirs, we would win the event. However, as the last game was a doubles scenario, we started to realise that we'd completely fucked up with our army choice. The defenders of Helm's Deep excel at being together at the back of the board, shooting away, using all their buffs to buff up all the different characters and stuff. What they don't excel at is a double scenario where you're split in two and have to run to the middle. This is something we should have probably taken into consideration when we were designing our army, but as we're both complete and utter pies, I never thought we'd win our first 2 games and being in with a chance of winning the event, so we didn't really plan on this happening. But anyway, moving on, we just marched as fast as we could towards the middle. If we got enough bodies in the middle and just started killing things, we'd still be within a shout of winning the game, even with the numbers disadvantage. Legolas would ping the Witch King every turn, but unfortunately it wasn't doing anything. And I got to the stage where I finally got my army in the middle, but unfortunately as I had won the priority, it meant he was able to pick his combats and the Witch King got an absolute belter of a hurl down our line. It really is a lose-lose situation. You either charge onto the objective and try hold it, but they get to pick the nice juicy combats, or you sit back and let them take the objective and try and fight your way onto it. And as we had the least numbers, I decided to just try and get on and hold it for as long as I could. Hopefully Hamish would make it across to reinforce me in time. Things were heating up, not just in the game, but in real life. It was so fucking hot and no amount of cold cider could solve the issue. The one day that it was actually sunny, we decided to be inside playing with toy soldiers. Priorities. Then we got a bit of a miracle happening. The next turn in the combat phase, the Witch King was able to combat into Aldor as we just didn't have the bodies to bubble wrap him. The old man that had let us down in the first game, getting sniped to death by 2 Urukai Ballista. Yes, he let us down in the first game, not my skill. But anyway, in this battlefield, the old man had had enough. He was as hot as us and he was wanting to go home. He rolled a 6 high and won the combat as they didn't want to mite their 5 into the 6. He then proceeded to kick the absolute fuck out the Witch King.
Fuck you, likes. Fucking murder that king for you, cunt.
Causing a wound and causing the Witch King to have to burn all his fate to stay alive.
Come on, old man!
No man can kill me, but what about old men?
Fucking dinosaur over there.
The Witch King then ran away the next turn, but Legolas got a wee shot onto him and finally used 2 points of might to finish him off. But sadly, it just wasn't enough.
Won the battle and potentially lost the war.
Legolas finally showed up.
I will strike defense.
Bad things happening over here.
It's been Aragorn's party time.
Aragorn and Theoden have been
45 minutes.
Aragorn and Theoden had unfortunately been delayed by all the Harad just throwing themselves in the way. This meant they just weren't able to get to the objective time, so we didn't have the numbers in the middle, unfortunately. We just tried to scramble as many bodies into the middle and get as many kills as we could. Aldor even managing to kick a fat man to death, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough. And the hordes of orcs and evil men won the day. But it was an absolutely fantastic game. So many memorable moments, and it was good sportsmanship all round. Everybody was letting people take things back or think about things. There was no gamey behaviour, despite the fact that we were both in position to podium or even win the event.
Oh God. How many models have we got?
Didn't happen in that game.
Honestly.
How many models have you got?
Better than the films.
Theoden died. We're broken. We're broken.
You broke. So I know we both killed each other's leader.
Yeah.
5 of my
We've
models
broken,
are
you're
dead.
not broken. I assume we have more in the middle, but we'll have to count them in a second. Because
We will.
Yeah, but it's how many more?
It's a scaling thing where it's
okay. How many have you got? Can you count yours and then if we
No, you count all.
Fuck me, man. So
Several months later.
yes, we've got double, I guess.
Double. Yeah.
So we get 5 plus.
Have you counted these, Jack?
Kid on.
1, 2.
I'm sorry.
These don't matter, so move them the other way.
It's evidence.
I've had far too many. I'm fucking sleeping, my God.
So it's 2.
Fucking time decider.
Is it?
You might as well.
Yeah, move that. So he's in.
Oh, he's in, yeah.
So they're both in.
Yeah.
So how many's there?
Definitely.
Oh, fucking hell, can anyone remember how we had?
So 2, 4, 6,
Oh, maths.
20.
14.
We haven't doubled yet, we had 21.
Okay.
But we killed each other's leaders and shit, didn't we?
So
So the break.
3,
Yeah, you win.
1 by 2.
5. We had 8, and you had 2. 8, 2.
Oh, it's a
Pretty
bastard.
fucking epic game, that.
Yeah, that was good fun.
Not 2 VPs off winning, and then you're
yeah.
9. That'll do. That's
By
okay.
2 VPs, which was
If Theoden hadn't died, it'd probably be about 6-5 or
Would
something.
have got. Well, it would have been. We already had the wound on him.
Got us all.
Aye, so it'd still be a wound.
It would have been 7. 2.
Oh, so it only saved us 1.
But yeah, so
Aye.
that's good shit, man.
Yeah.
So, Wooden Spoon was won by Paul Gardner and Dan Pickering. Starting off with most sporting, we had Paul Gardner and Dan Pickering, so you can come back. I'll let you choose the prize in a minute. Best painted was Ian and Tom. Congratulations. Third place was very contested. Mark Catewell and Finlay Stanfield. Second place was Cy and Jack. First place was Fraser and Jay.
Cheating bastards. Cheating bastards.
So first of all, first place you get.
Yeah. A wee swally. A wee Lord of the Rings swally. Jammy bastard.
That's the name. Jam's the game.
Jammy pies.
Jam pies all round. Jam pies all round. Class.
How are you feeling, Stuart? Aye. Can't wait for my bed. Fucking load of shite.
So, all in all, really sad to be heading home. I love a wee one day event like this, it's just amazing fun. Always nice having a wee away trip with your pals to play some awesome games and have a laugh. And eat and drink fucking everything. And of course, I thank you all for watching this far. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, it was good fun to make a one-day one for a change. And of course, a huge thank you to Alan as well for hosting the tournament and, you know, putting up with a massive invasion of Scots coming down to Newcastle. A big thank you to all my supporters and Patreons. Love you so much. I feel like I should give back more, but I have no idea how to do it, so please let me know. See you in the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to give my bell a good old ring.
B-roll. Vlogging in the car. B-roll.
Hello, vlogging.
I had too much ice cream.
You big fucking gimp. How's your English breakfast, do you think?
It's alright, I don't mind the hash brown, mate, bacon, sausage and all that. They tatty scones though. It's not quite a Scottish breakfast, you know.
Aye,
Bell's is no whiskey.
excuse yourself.
Wait
Says
your
it,
fucking
Bell's
you
is
ginger
pish.
cunt.
What was that, him?
says it
Wait
right.
your tongue, you ginger cunt.
Oof,
Agreed.
Spicy words.
Jameson.
He's had a picture on his fucking Belly Big biscuits.
Have they got?
Oh, he's getting the Monopoly.
It's King Cunter.
Talisker.
Ooh.
£5.15. Jack Daniels number 7 bourbon creams.
It's no whiskey.
It is, it's a bourbon cream.
Cuphead.
£4.65.
Forget to ring my bell.
Here we go, lads. Defend the wall at all costs. Like and subscribe to J Max Armies in the middle there. Ah, fuck it.